What's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? What is up, everybody? Welcome to the So What You Saying podcast. I am your host, Willie Will. I am here. After a wonderful week off. Hold on. After a wonderful week off, I had to take some time to myself. Had to recoup, re-energize, and get myself ready for a new year. Hold up one sec. See that? There we go. I had to recoup and get myself ready for a new year. And another wonderful year with you guys. Hopefully, we'll build and grow on what we've got going on. And we will be okay. So how's everybody doing this evening? I hope everybody's doing all right. Those who are watching, those who are going to watch, those who are, who are here with us as they are every week over the digital airwaves of YouTube, Kick, Twitch, and Facebook. Yes, Lord. Yes. Thank you for joining me. Happy New Year, everybody. Definitely a Happy New Year to everybody. Because, hold on, I tried to do my 12-hour stream. Oh, no, it didn't come out the way I wanted to go. So I apologize. So I owe you guys. Definitely owe you guys. But we're going to get that going, and we're going to get that squared away as we do all the time. Now, of course, before I get into anything, gotta make sure I let you guys know where to find me every week like clockwork. So we could talk our shit and, get things going. So fix your eyes and ears to the screen. And always remember, you can email me at sowwhatyousaying5@gmail.com. That's SOWWTUSAYIN5@gmail.com. Email me. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know what you want to talk about. Let me know. Definitely gotta let me know so that we can get these things going. You can also find me every week at Willie Just That Dude Williams on Facebook. So What You Saying on Twitch, Kick, Instagram, and YouTube. And of course, if you can't find me on any of those platforms, just look up my link tree. So What You Saying, it will link you to everywhere you can find me. So as always, what's up, everybody? I'm here. I'm back. I'm happy. Definitely happy. Let's make that perfectly clear. And, we going to be here. So what's on today's show? So first, we're going to get into some things I am looking forward to into 2025, sorry. Gotta get that going, 2025. We're going to do a retro review for the movie Belly. Something I've been trying to get to, but we definitely going to get through it today. We're definitely going to talk about some shit that's going on. And, of course, I'm going to get on my soapbox and rant. So I want everybody to sit back, relax. Get your coffee, get your soda like I got mine here, my Sprite in my big cup. Sit back, relax, and enjoy ourselves. But let's go first to my soapbox rant. And this is not even going to be a rant so much. This is going to be something positive for the week. So, let me start it off by saying this. March 28th, 2007. That is a very a special day for me, but a day that changed my life, and a day I will never forget, and it made me better for myself and for my life. At 3:48 or 46 p.m., if I'm not mistaken, my life changed forever because the one and only child that I have on the face of this earth was brought into this world. She was brought into this world. She was, funny story, after my daughter was born, doctors got to take the kids, got to clean them up and do all the other good stuff to them. And, her mother was laying on the bed. She's got to get stitched up. You just had a human being come out of you. You got to get cared for yourself. And funny shit, her mother was like, "Where's my baby? Where's my baby?" She kept doing all that. And I'm like, yo, calm down. She's over here. Like, she good. The doctors are taking care of her. And, I always remember that because it's an hilarious story, as most people don't realize, when women have babies, I want people to understand, when women have babies, it's real. It's definitely real. So, that day, it was a joyous day, but it was a nervous day. And it was nervous because, you help raise other people's kids, but they're never yours. So the joke I always make to aunties and uncles, they be like, the people be like, I'll take care of my sister's kids or my mama's kids. Or this. I'll be like, but you got to understand, you get to give them those kids back. When it's your own, you can't give them back. You've got to literally, that's you, 24/7, 365. So it was a nervous day for me because, as I've always been told, there's no instruction manuals for children. None whatsoever. There are no instruction manuals. So essentially, what you got is you're there taking care of a child, and you're entrusted with this child's health, well-being, everything. You got to help grow this child to be a productive member of society once they turn a certain age. And you've heard me talk at length and nauseum about my child because that's the only one I got. And I try to tell her mama all the time, sometimes we just can't shield them from this world. We got to tell them the truth and hope that we raise them right to make the right decisions. Now, I will say this. You go through life, and sometimes I expect her to make bad choices sometimes because she's a child. She's still growing and learning, and she has to find her way in this world. Because now she has to move to whatever beat she has to move to. So today is not only it is a great day, but it's a sad day. Because today is my daughter's last day of high school. She graduated early. I'm very proud of her. There's no words that can describe how I feel at this moment. Because my child is about to take the next step in her life. And, you know, as a dad, I want to protect her, but I also know, you know, there's some things you can't protect your children from. Like I said, they're gonna make their mistakes. They gotta go out now in this world and live their lives for themselves. But I also know that, you know, this is a joyous day for me because my princess is not a little girl anymore. And, you know, I'm proud. A proud dad I am. There's no doubt, ifs, ands, or buts about that. I'm very proud. And I'm very happy. But I'm so also sad because now dad has to, you know, let the reins off. No, I got to let her make her choices and her mistakes and all the other good stuff. So just a thought for parents, any parents that may watch this or may eventually look at this. I'm just saying, yo, when it gets to this moment, we're proud. We're always going to be parents. You know, my daughter could always call me anytime she need me. But, like I said, it's a sad day only because I have to let my mini-me go. And, you know, like I said, I'm happy. She's happy. She's excited. She's about to move into the next phase of her life. And all I can be here is to watch the ride that she takes in hopes, and in hopes that me and her mother did a good job in raising her. So there we go. That's my rant for the day. It's a positive one. I'm happy. Let's get to it. All right. So as always, you know what's coming next. All right. So sticking with our theme today, it's going to be a little grimy and a little dance-worthy. So this first song, we gonna go back to the hood of Queens right quick. Don't know what it is? Hold this right quick.
I appreciate that. Yeah, that's Neptune's and come on, man. Better bounce, 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 bounce with me, bounce, bounce with me, bounce. I got him saying, oh no, oh no, what? Oh no, oh no, what? Oh no, what? Oh no, what? Hey yo, I bust to the sinning, cuss to the sinning. I admit a little bit, I lust for the crit name. Every time you see me bigging up my tin name. With a triple bin name, try and make grinning. Dubbed out, even when you catch me in the cuisine. My clan mad dirty, y'all too cleaning. Hennessy with Smirnoff, make a nigga minning. I need 2 more, like I was a finning. Drinks galore, every time I'm on a sinning. 0 to 60, then 1 to 16. You see it in my coats, or you see it in my jizzings. You can't tell, you should know the way I lizings. Water so clear, I think I'm in Caribbean. Everybody gone, like we straight clipping. You better watch out when we start flipping. It's MU, nigga, and you know we ain't slipping. Oh no, oh no, what? Oh no, oh no, what? Oh no, oh no, what? Oh no, oh
You don't know who that is? Well, we're gonna take you back to the hood of Queens. That's Nori with Oh No. Hit a banger. Nori and the Neptunes. Hey, can't do nothing better than that. All right. This next one is for all my Jamaicans, all my island people, all the people who like that island music. Let's go back. Let's go back some time and give them a little bit of this.
No, 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 no. Kill them with the no. No, 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 no. Kill them with the, kill them with the, kill them with the heads high. Kill them with the no. Just make a boy know you're not blow. Heads high. Kill them with the no. No boy ain't got no secret for your wow. Heads high. Kill them with the no. Just make a boy know you're not blow. Heads high. Kill them with the no. Tell them say Vegas say so. Me why you skin your teeth and make me see it. If you're sure from your phone say you never tweet. You wanna freak, one man you keep. And him never yet complain, say you deep. You make your bow, you no answer to yo. One man a sample your chow chow. Knit up your bro, make a guy know. Say him be moving blow, oh. And sing again, heads high. Kill them with the no. Just make a boy know you're not blow. Heads high. Kill them with the no. Make a boy know you wanna papi shower, wow. Heads high. Kill them with the no. Just make a boy know you're not blow. Heads high. Kill them with the no. Tell them Vegas say so. Me want hear you.
So there you go, Mr. Vegas, with that heads high. That's my that's my shit. Let's make it real clear. All right, and this last one before we get to the stories. This one's for all my paper chasers out there who about getting that money. If you don't know what this is, let's let them have it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's the count.
Na 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 na. Yeah.
D-Block. That's all, let's go.
Just riding in my drop top, safety on the Glock, chick with me, rolling up sticky. Ain't nothing, I'm just trying to get my paper.
We just trying to get our paper, man.
So buyer.
That's all.
Show got a brother feeling higher.
Hey, I got you, my G.
Nothing, I'm just trying to
She's
get my
loose.
paper.
Yeah. At this chick house playing Uno. Got a daughter in the other room watching Juno. PS3 and door lock, mom's ODing. Ass naked, weed burning, telling her take it. Yeah, you know me though. Magneto, metal on me, Black Dan DeVito. Penguin, England, governor off. Autobahn, Louis Vuitton, some shit that Kanye can't find. Catch me, I'm too fly for the guy to sketch me. Too bright for the cameras to watch. Too much talent for Koch. Interscope or Def Jam. Here I am, I'm getting money either way. Damn.
Riding in my drop top, safety on the Glock, chick with me, rolling up sticky. Ain't nothing, I'm just trying to get my paper. So buyer. Show got a brother feeling higher. Ain't nothing, I'm just trying to get my paper. Hey.
So there you go. That's get that paper. That's D-Block, the Locks, Chic, Jada, Styles P. Hey, that's what we do here. That's what we do here. We got to get this paper. All right. So now that we've gotten the first quarter of the show started, let's get to these stories that I got for you. All right. Let's start with this first one. You know, I would like to believe that I raised my daughter right, and I would like to believe that anybody who watches me, follows me, watches any of my content, they have raised their children right. So when I see shit like this, there's only one thing I can say. These kids need their ass whooped. I'm sorry, but these kids need their ass whooped. Don't know what I'm talking about? Let's go to the story. This is here from 1010 Wins. The headline read, girls as young as 13 arrested in violent robbery of woman 71 in the Brooklyn subway. And the story reads, the NYPD on Friday announced the arrest of 14 girls accused of attacking a 71-year-old woman during an attempted robbery at Brooklyn subway station on New Year's Day. All 4 girls were arrested on Thursday morning. According to the police, a 14-year-old girl was charged with robbery, assault, and harassment. 2 15-year-old girls were charged with robbery, assault, and harassment. Additionally, a 13-year-old girl was charged with robbery, assault, and harassment. The attack happened after 6 p.m. in the vicinity of the Hoyt Street subway station in downtown Brooklyn, authorities said. The victim had just exited through the turnstiles when she was approached by 4 teens, according to officials. Acting in concert, the girls attempted to take the woman's bag and struck her. After being unsuccessful in their attempt, the girls fled the subway to parts unknown. The victim sustained minor injuries and EMS transported her to the Brooklyn Hospital Center in stable condition. All right. Really? This what we doing? This is what we doing. Okay. First, yeah, they need to all have been arrested. I don't disagree with the arrest part. They need to get their ass. They need to get their ass locked up. But let's get to the best part. They need their ass whooped. And I'm going to say because of this. Let me ask all of y'all a question, and feel free to put your answers in the chat. Would you ever think of doing some shit like that? Hey, Lady J, what's up? Would you ever think, I'm good, it's Friday. You know I'm good. But to the story. Would you ever, in your natural born life, knowing if you get caught doing some dumb shit, you got your parent at home ready to stick their foot in your ass. Would you ever think about doing some shit like that? Mind you, you had a 14-year-old, a 13-year-old girl, a 14-year-old girl, and 2 15-year-olds. Where's the fear of God in any of them? My mama is probably maybe a little shorter than me. My mom is definitely thinner than me. But my moms would fight me like we in a 12-round fight. She would whoop my ass. And of course, I would never in a million years think about putting my hands on my mama. But where's these kids' parents? You telling me a 13, a 14, and 2 15-year-olds tried to rob a 71-year-old woman and they parents is not nowhere to be found to whoop that ass? Are you crazy? My mama would stick her foot so far in my... Yo, look, I'm going to be honest. I would not be here to tell this story if I did some dumb shit like what these girls did. These girls literally tried to rob a 71-year-old woman. Now, I'll say this. To that 7-year-old woman, that 71-year-old woman, she get kudos. Because she held it down. And somebody, so you did all that for nothing, and now you're about to get locked up. Somebody need to beat these girls' ass I'm just being honest. They need their ass whooped. Because long and short of it, they was wrong. 100% wrong. And they need their ass whooped. Straight like that. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Them girls is wrong. And if their parents had put their foot in their ass, they'd have been all right. But I digress. So moving on. You know, with Agent Orange about to get back in the office and about to cause a lot of chaos, a lot of problems, it's good to know that somebody's trying to look out for regular folks. And here in New York, people may not really like the governor we have, but I think she's doing a phenomenal job. Now, that fucking congestion pricing she could have did away with. But other than that, she's been doing a very good job. Don't want to know why I say this? Let's go to the report. This here from Newsweek. Headline reads, Governor Kathy Hochul wants taxes for millions of New Yorkers to change. Article reads, New York Governor Kathy Hochul has come out in opposition to a tax break rule that she says robs middle-class families of their hard-earned money. The state and local tax deduction, or SALT, that's what it's called, is a federal tax break for filers who itemize to deduct up to $10,000 of some state and local taxes from their tax income. However, Hochul is pushing for the deduction to disappear so that middle-class families can benefit, she said in a statement on Thursday. Why it matters. Some taxpayers can get a tax break if they itemize rather than take the standard deduction on their tax forms. The maximum amount the SALT tax deduction allows for 2024 taxes is $10,000. For those filing jointly, single filers can get only $5,000. Critics of the SALT deduction cap says it substantially targets residents in high-tax states like New York and California. Okay, we're going to skip the rest of that story because the rest of it reads as babble that we don't need to talk about. But the reason I brought this up is because it's about to be tax season. Everybody's about to start filing their income taxes, things like that. And what people seem to not understand mostly is that there's the SALT tax, which is which you itemize your taxes, and then there's the standard deduction, which most people take anyway. And here's the thing. There's only one other place I've seen where the people who are in charge of making hay, I guess you want to say, with the regular people trying to make our lives easier. And that's here in California. Because in a minute, when Agent Orange get back in that office in about 10 days, he gonna try to give his buddies a humongous tax break, which is gonna burden us. So it's nice to hear that an official is looking out for us as we are trying to navigate through what might be a bad next 4 years. Now, I say what might be because I don't know what it's going to be like. And I have no idea. I wish I did have some type of foreshadowing as to what it's going to be like for the next 4 years. But I'll tell you this. As we get into this new world with Trump trying to retaliate against everybody, I need people to still keep their eyes open, stay vigilant, and realize when we have wins, let's take those wins and move on. Because what I'm going to show you later on is why the country is so fucked up down. But we'll get to that. Hello, Sean 2937. But we'll get to that. We will definitely get to that as the show progresses. All right. Moving on to our next story. Speaking of wins, you know, the truth of the matter is, when we win something, it should be celebrated. I always tell people I don't like when we have to pay the price for something, for certain things. You know what's funny, Sean? There's no way I'm gonna do that because I have no involvement in that particular situation. I understand she cheated on you. I've had that happen to me, but I'm not gonna prank call nobody, and I have nothing to do with the situation. But you could press that follow button and join the club. All right. So again, when we have wins, we have to take those. We have to make sure that we take them, we celebrate them, and we get them together. Just like this story here. This is from the Brooklyn Daily Eagle. Headline reads, $250,000 in rent waived for Brooklyn tenant organization. Story reads, after 4 years of fighting for significant repairs to their apartment building, tenants at 1616 President Street got $250,000 in rent waived, according to Prism. Their previous landlord, Jason Korn, was listed as the worst landlord in NYC in 2019 and 2020 by the Office of Public Advocate for violations across 55 city properties. The tenants cited rent-impairing violations to ask for deferral as long as the building had issues. Conservation code. A judge in December decided to void the rent due between 2020 and 2022, the period when Korn owned the building. Resident leader Vincia Barber, however, says that new owner Gilman Management has failed to rectify the building's problems and says she will continue to fight for full repair. So, basically, what we have here is this. You have a slumlord who didn't fix things in these people's building. And what happens is they essentially told them between 2020 and 2023, you pay nothing. Or 2020 and 2022, you're paying nothing. That's $250,000 worth of voided rent. And that's a win. Because people, a lot of, especially here in New York, we pay our rent, stuff happens, we tell them to fix it, and they don't. And then it builds up and it goes from one thing to another thing to another thing, but they want us to keep paying rent. But yet and still, they won't come and fix the issues that we have in our apartments. But as always, a win is a win, no matter what it is. And I congratulate these people. They did a great job on getting what they needed and what they wanted. And I hope moving forward, their new management will fix their issues. And that's all I got to say about that. And here's another win. Because everybody by now knows that, you know, the election of 2020 was filled with a bunch of motherfuckers who just didn't want to give up power. But these people are now starting to get the idea that we done fucked up now. Don't know what I mean? Let's go to this report. This is from Salon. Headline reads, Fox loses appeal to duck $2.7 billion Smartmatic defamation suit. Article reads, a New York appeals court has rejected Fox Corp's request to toss a $2.7 billion defamation suit from voting machine manufacturer Smartmatic. Smartmatic alleged in the suit that Fox News parent company effectively endorsed and participated in a campaign suggesting that the voting machine company participated in election fraud by manipulating the results of the 2020 presidential election. So let's just say this. You know, we've got Rudy Giuliani fighting to try to keep his stuff from paying $148 million to two ladies he defamed. And then you got Fox over here trying to toss a $2.7 billion lawsuit against trying to toss it against them from the voting machine company Smartmatic, because Fox Peoples decided that Smartmatic was the reason we're changing votes. Their machines were fault. Anyway, karma's a motherfucker. And they're about to start feeling it. Now, I will say this. The person who should be feeling it isn't, but I will say this. That person gonna feel it too in a minute. But I'll digress as we move on. All right. So now that we've gotten through some of those stories, you know what it's time to go back to. All right. So now that we're getting ready to but after this, we're gonna go into my retro review. But to get you ready for my retro review, I'm gonna go. This next segment of music is gonna be from the soundtrack to the movie Belly. First song is a posse cut. Don't know what it is? Well, hold this right quick.
I ain't going back to jail. Next time the county or the state see me, it's gonna be in the bag.
This is it, baby. End of the road. When you a dog for life. You don't hear me though. You don't hear me though. You don't hear me though. Come on.
Watch them young guns that take none. Nobody safe from the Friday the 13th. Ghetto Jason, itchy trigger finger aching. Snatch your ass out that ass class for faking. 44 blast, it's a bloodbath. Take your first step down a thug path. Ain't no love here, just slugs here. Kids know the half, you get plucked here. Fast is impossible, for the weak to last. Now behold the unstoppable. Third eye watching you, watching me. Throwing rocks from the penalty box. Cop a plea, young G, we was born to die. Don't cry for me, just keep the heat closely and ride for me. Cause we family for better or worse. You and I from the dirt, used to snatch purse. So hard it hurt to be here. And each year, I'm pouring out more beer for deceased peers. Holding fort, police line do not cross. They found his corpse in the loft with the head cut off and butt naked. Homicide, the crime method. Add another killer verse to the murder record. The grand finale.
Who want test me?
Dogs for life.
Come on!
We
Me
dogs for
say,
life.
me shot pussy
we
will
dogs
be
for life.
the
All right, so that's grand finale. That's DMX, Ja Rule, Method Man, and Nas. That's not one of the well-known songs, but that is one of the best songs on that soundtrack. The next song I'm going to play happens to be my favorite song on the soundtrack because I love this song. And people will not know this song, but I'm going to play it anyway because this is my preference and this is my show. Don't know what it is? Here you go.
Made men, motherfucker. LOX, motherfucker. Made men, motherfucker. LOX, motherfucker. Made men, motherfucker. Yeah. Run in your mouth. I have you with a gun in your mouth.
Two in your throat. Look, now your son is in doubt.
Whether or not he should think of pulling his Glock.
Matter of fact, my nigga got a gun to his back.
Squeeze 3, turn him around and give him a smack. Take the joint off his waist and hit him with that.
Shit is for real, so niggas better get in and chill. It ain't the bullets that'll kill, it's a nigga with will.
Just give me the word, all my niggas get it with birds.
I'm from the hood, so I stood on the curb.
Nigga, you heard? Die in the war, I probably resurrect on the floor.
Then get up, yelling for more, banging the floor.
Nigga, we made, touch more niggas than AIDS.
Bust my gun at the sun just to sit in the shade.
We living it up, got big niggas shriveling up.
Sick in they house, dying with they dick in they mouth.
Pitching I swing, you ought to be kissing my ring. I'm doing my thing, lawyer money out of the bing.
You gon' either be a cow or the king, cream of the crop. One phone call and the Nina's a pop. Loving the wealth, fucking I'ma do it myself.
For my juvenile niggas,
what?
State pen niggas,
what?
LOX niggas,
what?
and made men niggas.
Run
what?
in the truck, hit the dashboard.
All right. There go the second song. It's called Tommy's Theme. That's the Locks and Made Men. Jada, Style, Chic. Made Men is best known by, there's only one guy that you really would know out of that group. And because that's Benzino. And he's become a social media darling now. All right. Last song before we get into our retro review. This is more of a known song because I know the ladies are going to love this. And it's going to make a move. So, don't know what it is? Well, guess what? You're about to find out.
Check it out.
Dirty, yo. Don't know Sean Paul again in the song. DMX and Dido, Mr. Vegas, that's the way I tap it. Yeah.
Here comes the boom. 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 Booming, bouncing, stalking, what's walking, hawking to pouncing. Getting them every counter. Hit them like a mountain. Spit them, hammer spitting out blood like a fountain. Look at me like that. We just might fight black. And that fight might end up in me taking your life. I don't go for the bullshit, cause I've been down. And time is just too important to be fucking around. Chump nigga, I stop a mud hole in your face. Motherfucker, rip your butthole out of place. Cock the Glock to your head. Let off about 2 in it. Yeah, it's a dirty job, but I just love doing it. Here comes the boom. 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 Here comes the boom.
All gangsta, you me why you hold your guns high. No get up in your pussy cause a pussy not try. Make them skin cry. My row up the flies. Flush it out in the disco, bye. Gangsta, you me why you hold your guns high. No get up in your pussy cause a pussy not try. Make them skin cry. My row up the flies. Flush it out in the disco, bye.
From the dirty know them a tata. Man a shatter. And I got a lot of power well. Just them if I go on. My rough fly like star. Make them a forget flatter.
Say this are the sweetest time.
No bunker get murder. I only do tick up the DMX and Dido.
Enjoy the killing time.
Shot hotter than pepper, Mr. Clever. I'm a Glock it, I go talk for me crew.
All gangsta, you me why you hold your guns high. No get up in your pussy cause a pussy not try. Make them skin fry. My row up the flies. Flush it out in the disco, bye. Gangsta, you me why you hold your guns high. No get up in your pussy cause a pussy not try. Make them skin fry. My row up the flies. Flush it out in the disco, bye.
So there you go. That's Top Shotta, DMX, Sean Paul, and Mr. Vegas. Yo, that's Fire Flames. And if you don't think so, I don't know what rock you live under. All right. Let's get into the main event here. 1998. Good year. I was 18 years old. I still didn't have a care in the world. I was chilling. And a movie came out that set the hood on fire. You know, that was a good year for music. You had Volume 2 by Jay-Z. You had DMX blow through here with It's Dark and Hell is Hot and Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. Oh, and let's not forget Nas dropped I Am, the autobiography. Phenomenal album. 3 of the most phenomenal albums of that year. But a movie came through with a first-time director who had been directing all of these guys, these rappers' music videos. Hype Williams. And he dropped this on us. Let's look at the trailer for Belly.
Outside, the more blood flows. When I plug holes with the snub nose, gun blows, bullets whistle, wouldn't miss you, hit you all up in your mouth like you tried to kiss you. Drama, it's right here. How much you need? Beat you down with the gas. See how much you bleed, how much you bleed for your life. You was a killer, and all the bitches coming about that ass. You feel it, getting realer. You got everybody got So what you gonna do with that?
Fargo is your virtual assistant from Wells Fargo.
Oh, come on.
Fargo lets you do.
Let's get out of there. All right. So, there you go. From director Hype Williams. The movie Belly. Hold up. There goes the movie Belly. Hold on, let me just see if. All right. Yeah, so there we go. The movie Belly. Starring none other than the late, great DMX, who, in this movie, his character, he plays Tommy. And first off, he plays a character that's like any real nigga you would see out here in the street. Grimy as fuck. But about getting that money and doing what the fuck he wants you. And that is exactly who Tommy is. He's a general New York street nigga. I ain't gonna lie. That's what he does. And, you know, and he does real street shit. Hold up. Moving on. And his best friend, oops, not that. Hold up. There we go. There we go. All right. And his best friend, played by none other than Nas. You know, one of my favorite rappers of all time. And he's from Queens. He's from my hood. He's from my hood. He's from Queensbridge. I'm from Southside. And you know, his name is Sincere. And he's the guy, oh my God, he's riding with his best friend. They've been friends since they were kids. And they be chilling. And you know, this is a real hood story. So here you go. I'm gonna show you how this movie opened. And let me tell you, it is one of the craziest openings you will ever see.
Steady, are you ready? What's going on? Steady, are you ready? Are you ready? What's going on? What's going on?
I'm going to have to skip forward so you guys can see really what goes on.
Living at the top of the block. There's no, there's nothing more. I'll state my name, state it clearly.
It was the best time of our lives. Getting money was all we ever did. Niggas.
All right, so that is basically the opening scene to the movie. Now, I want people to understand, yo, That is an incredible opening scene. If you've never seen the movie, I would suggest you watch it. So here it goes. So they go off to Tommy's house to count the money. Right? They go to his house to count the money. And hold on one sec. And then we're introduced to, okay, here we go. So then, wait, hold up. So then we're introduced to Tommy's girlfriend. Because, of course, she's in the house sleeping. And, of course, these niggas is up at 3 in the morning making hella noise after you just robbed the nightclub. And we're introduced to Tommy's girlfriend, played by the lovely Terrell Hicks. And she comes out telling you need to shut the fuck up, basically, because I'm trying to sleep. So we leave and we go to the house of Sincere, played by Nas, and we are introduced to his girlfriend, Tion, played by none other than the lovely Tion T-Boz Watkins. The funny thing is, she's the only one that got to keep her name. So we go to his house, and you find out that Nas had a new baby. And Sincere, Nas's character, and Tion just had a new baby. And of course, Tion is worried about Nas running with Tommy, DMX character, and getting themselves into some shit where he don't come in through the door. And I will say this. First, DMX, he was playing the typical grimy New York nigga. And then you have Nas, who plays Nas kind of was playing himself, because the things he was talking about throughout the movie sounds like stuff he would say. So then, of course, you get the next scene, which is Terrell Hicks' character, Keisha, which is her name, so I don't forget, and she going through Tommy's pockets, because now mind you, at this time we had beepers and pages. So he's getting the page. And he's getting a page from this girl called Kiana, played by the rapper Vita. She didn't have a long career, so here it is. And it goes to Keisha, picks up the phone and calls her. And basically Vita says, listen, I've heard a lot about you. And Tommy said, well, since I'm only 16, we can't fuck. But I sucked his dick the night before last. First off, Lord Jesus. This nigga had in this movie, you got a 16-year-old talking about, no, I ain't fucking your man, but I'm sucking his dick. Pretty much. Lord Jesus. Moving on, then it goes to the most wild and random sex scene that you've ever seen. Because it goes between Tommy digging Keisha back out and Sincere, Nas's character, making love to his woman. So you got real nigga fucking and real nigga making love. All right, so, but before you get to that, Tommy hears on the phone Here's on the TV as he's taking a shower before he fucks the shit out of his girl that about a new drug that's knocking niggas out. All right? And, you know, he's thinking, yo, I may need to get in on it. So, after both him and Nas get some, hold on 1 second. I just seen it. Okay. Wait, why is it? There we go. All right, so after they both get finished fucking their girls, sorry about that. I had to pull up something right there, right quick. Tommy gets the bright idea to get up at fucking 6, 7 in the morning and drive to Nas' house. Calls this niggas like, yo, it's like 6 in the morning. Like, niggas just got some pussy. He trying to get some sleep. This nigga's like, come on the fuck outside at 6 in the morning. So he got finished fucking. And now he going outside to meet with this nigga. And they get in the car and start driving and smoking weed. So, what happens? He tells him, hey, we need to get in the dope game. What? Wait, hold up. What? He's like, I heard about some shit on TV. Yeah, we need to get in the dope game. Of course, Nas is like, man, what's up? Come on now. Now he's telling him, no, my man's got a set up in down south and his girl is a cop. All right. No problem. So what does Tommy do? He says, yo, I'm going to meet my man Ox. Lennox, played by none other than dancehall legend Jamaican Dandada, Louis Rankin. Rest in peace. He goes in, he says, hey, look, I know you're the only one that can get this shit. Give me a chance. This nigga Louis Rankin's telling him, yo, hey, listen, you kind of hot, bro. You kind of hot. Like, I don't know if I want to fuck with you right now. You kind of hot. And he says, yo, give me a chance, but you scared. So, of course, Louis Rankin like, yo, don't ever come in with that bullshit. And he says, yo, let me think about it. I'll get back to you. All right. So, moving on. They go and they go and count the money from the robbery they did at the club. And they're in there joined by two stupid young kids, Wise and Lockheed, I believe that's what his name is. And Lockheed, yes. Wise and Lockheed. Also, they're joined by the other two guys that helped them pull off the heist. Mark and where's the other dude's name? No. What is his name? Oh, and Black. That's what his name is. So, what happens is, Mark is already a jealous motherfucker because he don't really like Nas's character, Sincere. And so, of course, they introduce another guy who fucks with them. His name is Knowledge, played by Power Grant, who we all know from the Wu-Tang Clan, one of the original members of the Wu. their manager, guy who helped do Wu Wear and all that. So, of course, Knowledge gets on the phone with DMX and starts some shit, telling him, oh, he's been running around, running his mouth. So DMX makes this nigga strip in his grandma's house, in his grandma's basement where they are all at, counting the money from the fucking robbery they just committed at the club. And, of course, this nigga's in the corner talking about, yo, you gonna get yours, kid. Yo, listen, DMX is a grimy nigga. So, finally, moving on, they get to work, and they transport it from New York to Omaha, Nebraska. They set up shop, and they start making a killing. These niggas is in here balling out, getting this paper. And then, of course, now that they getting this money, they getting a lot of money, of course, they're starting to go in two different directions. Nas is trying to back out of the game, you know, realizing, yo, I got a kid. I got to go spend some time. You know, I got to make it home to my child every night. And DMX, of course, is like, man, ain't nothing, of course, ain't nothing better to get money. They riding in the car, having a conversation. And, of course, they run past the local drug dealing hater. Oops, hold on. That's not him. They run, of course, they run by the local drug dealer hater. His name is, where is it? There it goes. The drug dealer hater, he goes by the name of Big Head Rico. And he's played by Tyrone Turner. Now, I'm pretty sure people know who he is because he was in Menace to Society. So, he's like, yo, I'm about to, these niggas is getting money. They fucking up my money. I'm about to drop a dime on them. So, of course, it moves over. They making so much money. Lennox calls Tommy to tell him, hey, let's go. I told you owed me one. So here we go. They fly off to Jamaica. And so while he's in Jamaica, Sincere, Nas's character, goes home. He goes to spend time with his lady and his kid. And Tion and Keisha are out shopping. And, of course, Keisha's talking about she wished Tommy could be more like Sincere and all these other things. They having the woman conversation, and I'm not going to go into detail into that conversation because here's the problem. That conversation is for the ladies. So, Lennox and Tommy are out in Jamaica. They're talking, they're partying, they're smoking hella weed. Let me just say this. This movie had more weed smoking than at any point in the hood anywhere. So they in Jamaica, and then Lennox shows him his chief rival in Jamaica. His name is Sosa. So Sosa, he tells him, and then, of course, Tommy gets the bright idea, I'm going to blow his head off. What happens? So while he's in Jamaica and Sincere is here in New York, what happens? Things always go good until they go bad. Fucking the Spot gets raided. The Spot gets raided. Niggas getting popped, shot, all that. Sincere gets knocked. I mean, not Sincere, Knowledge, they friend, he gets knocked. Now, going back to the beginning of the movie, Nas's character, Sincere, always thought that that nigga Knowledge was a grimy nigga. And of course, it turns out he kind of was. He gets knocked. He gets locked up. And then, while all this is going on, Tommy sets up a thing. He goes and pretends like he needs some money, like a homeless person in Jamaica, and he kills Sosa, Lennox's chief rival. But that'll come back to play in a little later on. So, of course, your boy Rico, Big Head Rico, the hater, he drops the dime. Like I said, he's the one that told about they setting up shop. And that's how Knowledge gets knocked and things like that. Knowledge calls Tommy's crib from lockup. And what do you think happens? Rule number one when you get knocked, if you've never been in the street, rule number one is you are to never call the crib, call your co-conspirator's crib from lockup. What happens? They rush DMX house, knock his girl, lock her up. And it's the feds. Now, I want y'all to understand something. It's one thing for the local police to get you. These was the feds. So they had him dead to rights. Tommy comes back. He sees his house getting raided. He moves. First person he calls, Sincere, Nas's character. He tells him, hey, they knocked. He's like, hey, yo, they raided my crib. It's the feds. They probably got Keisha. He gets a page. It's Keisha. He goes to a payphone. He makes the call. And, of course, they was trying to get him to come on. It is what it is. So Tommy takes the car. He goes on the run. Tommy leaves the car with, he doesn't take the car. He leaves the car with Nas's character. He goes on the run. Nas, he tells him, drop the car off the Ox. DMX tells Nas, drop this car off to Ox. He got to get out of here. Lay low for a bit. So he travels from state to state, doing other things, doing robberies, selling weed and stuff like that to get this money. Hello, Glove World. I'm good. I'm great. As always. So he goes and hold on, let me see where. Okay. So he goes. Since you're in here, Glove World, why not press that follow button? Let's get these follows up. So what happens is he goes on the run and he ends up in Atlanta selling weed. While all this is going on, of course, Nas is reading, trying to improve himself, make a better life. But Tommy, with his ass on the run, is talking about, yo, he on the run. He's in Atlanta, and he is with the two young ones, Wise and Lockheed, in Atlanta selling weed. Now, while he's in Atlanta, Knowledge calls him about bail money. Knowledge also makes a phone call to, hold on, let me find it. Okay, there we go. So Knowledge also makes the phone call to this young man, Method Man. His name is Shaquem. And he tells him, he basically sets up Big Head Rico to take a horrible ending, a horrible fall. So, like I said, Tommy's on the run. Knowledge calls him, gets the number from somewhere, and he tells him about, and Knowledge like, yo, you better have my bail money, or we gonna see what's up. Knowledge says, he tells Knowledge to suck his dick. Real New York shit. Right? So, again, Nas's character is trying to improve himself. He's trying to get out of here. He's trying to realize that he's trying to make DMX realize that, you know, the way life is going right now, what they doing is self-destructing themselves. All right. So, as Nas is getting this knowledge, Tommy, DMX's character, is in Atlanta with Wise and Lockheed. They having dinner. Wise and Lockheed is talking shit to each other. And then, like two dummies, they each pull out a gat. Wise shoots Lockheed. By this time, Tommy's had enough. He just lights a blunt, and the police come and get him. And, of course, he calls Nas's character Sincere. And Nas told him, hey, look, I told you I'm not fucking with you. But, of course, he needed him to get him out. So, of course, he got him out. And so with all this going on, in Jamaica, they find out that Lennox had Sosa killed. And of course, they come to the United States. Hold on, let me see if they have it. Because I think y'all need to see this scene. Hold on. Let me see. Yes. Now, I'm going to show you this scene.
New York homeowners, if your roof is
I'm going to show you this scene because I need y'all to realize this scene, even though it is right out of Scarface. This nigga, Lennox, he is an OG. Here you go. Hold up. Let's go here. Let's go here. And here you go.
Can't believe these pussy clot losing. Can't believe. I don't want to watch on a bomber clot no more. I put my trust in them. Now we're going to lose. rascal, no. Watch it. Bumbleclot war. My ramp with me.
Come on! Me say, me shot pussy world people for fun. Who want test me? Come on! Come on!
You know who not bumbleclot ramp with? You know me? I am the original Jamaican Dandana. You understand? Jamaican road boy. I don't want to ramp with bumbleclot me. Come on. I murder people for fun. Murder on a bumbleclot for fun.
Now, first thing I want to say before I continue this. Are you telling me that none of these niggas had good aim? You know, that's all I got to say.
Come on! I don't want to ramp with bumbleclot me. Come on! Feed me a bumbleclot ox. I want to ramp with bumbleclot me. Medium bumbleclot nigga.
So there you go. That scene, straight out of Scarface, except the guy came up behind Scarface and blew his back out, and she jumped and cut his neck from ear to ear. So Lennox gets killed, and so you move on. Sincere realizes, yo, we going to Africa. Sincere realizes he talks to T-Boz, his girlfriend, and he decides, yo, let's go to Africa. So now that he's made the decision to go to Africa, the next thing that happens is that makes this shit the most dumb and convoluted shit I've ever seen. Tommy is out. He's staying with his stepmoms, you know, trying to figure out what he wants to do. And, of course, the feds come and like, yo, listen, we hear you need help. We going to do this, that, and the next thing. But we need you to kill a character that's kind of like Louis Farrakhan. His name is Reverend Salvador. And the feds say, hey, you do this, you go undercover, you kill this guy, you get close to him, you kill this guy, and we can help you and make your problems go away. So, of course, Tommy really hasn't got too much of a choice, and he agrees to do it. But all while Tommy is agreeing to do this, he's starting to realize what Nas' character was saying was true. Hold up. All right. So all while he's trying to do this, he feels like he's starting to learn. The knowledge is starting to seep in, and he's starting to realize, damn, I've been fucking up since the jump start. I need to, change my life. Now, he can't really do that. Well, he can, but he can't really do that because he done told the feds he got them, trying to get out of his trouble. So eventually, he goes and he sees Sincere, and he tells Sincere, hey, listen, you was right. I was wrong all that time. Hold up. You was right. You were right. I was wrong all that time. I'm starting to see the light. And, Hold up. I'm starting to see the light. You was right all that time. And, he's like, we may not be boys the way we used to, but you still my dude. Sincere relays the same thing, and they separate ways. So Tommy goes to handle his business, but Nas's character, Sincere, he goes to get him a haircut because he knows he's getting ready to go to Africa. He's about to take his lady, whatever. He walks out the barbershop. He's, his homeboy. Actually, his homeboy in real life, AZ, is out there with his little one. And he says, yo, I'm about to blow. But then Black rolls up on Sincere and tries to kill him. Right in broad daylight. Pop, 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 gunfire. Nas gets shot in the leg. He passes off the gat to AZ's character. He goes. He tells Tion, yo, let's go. I got shot in the leg, but we out. We going to Africa. All the while, this is what happens to Tommy.
You are a beautiful people. A people deserving.
I knew you were coming, so I sent everyone away because I believed my final moment was at hand. Before you pull that trigger and take my life, I would like the chance to tell you some things, perhaps to think about after I'm gone. Don't worry about me stalling. My people have orders to lead me to my studies for another 15 minutes. I will only take 5. Can you bear with me? Will you? Then make up your mind. Today marks the change of not only a new year, but a new millennium. Take a look around. The majority of the youth roam the streets, dealing in drugs, sex, and violence, thinking these things have no real effect on life. Crimes without real punishment. An uncaring, unfeeling generation without knowledge of self. This is the future of our nation, the future of our people. Do you think hatred and evil will go unpunished? The world is now feeling the heat from flames it has kept burning since the beginning of civilization. You represent that fire. You and I are just a small part of God's plan. The evil men of this world have applied every method possible to deceive its occupants, and each time with greater success than anticipated. But no more. Tonight, with this new millennium, God will begin to overcome this evil.
All right. So I just want to show you a little bit of that because, of course, as you know, if you've seen this, he's not going to shoot him. Oh, I missed the whole part. So let me just back up right quick before I get to the end. So Method Man's character, Shaquem, goes, he hooks up with Big Head Rico, and because Knowledge called him and set him up. He sent him down there. He went, he set up Big Head Rico. He took him to a strip club, and what happened? He told him I had a present from Knowledge. Method Man lit his ass on fire, lit him up, killed him. Now, while this is going on, now back to what I was talking about. While this is going on, Shaquem goes into DMX old house where Keisha is living. He tries to kill Keisha. Keisha beats his ass and pops him, all while the Reverend is giving DMX this. He's giving him this speech and this conversation. So at the end of the day, while this is all going on, the ball is dropping. It's the year 2000, and of course, it all ends with Nas saying, "Yo, I finally made it. I'm in Africa. Look at the sky so blue." Come on, man. Come on. Hold on. 1 second. No, that's not what I want to do. I want to do this. Come on, man. Come on. Like,
Get the fuck out of here!
Are you serious? Like,
Get the fuck out of here!
Like, that's how that ended? Are you goddamn serious? Well, whatever. So, here it goes. This movie is a hood classic. I love it. But I still see the millions and millions of flaws that's in this movie. So, and that climax was too heavy-handed. But the movie's pretty good. It's still good. It's still a hood classic. It'll still be a very good hood classic for me. But again, for that heavy-handed thing, and then you trying to sell that message, but early in the movie, you had a 16-year-old giving a grown-ass man some head in a car.
Get the fuck out of here!
All right? Anyway, so there you go. Retro review of Belly. Again, hood classic. I like it, but it may not, resonate with everybody outside the hood because we know our movies. All right, hold up. You know exactly what time it is. You know exactly what time it is. It is time to give out the Get the Fuck Out of Here award. And it can't go to nobody other than one man. It can only go to one man. To get the fuck out of here for today is going to none other than Donald J. Trump. My thing is this, and I want to say this before I go into this thing. I want everybody to take a moment out to send their thoughts and prayers to the people in California going through these wildfires. I'm telling you right now, this shit is crazy. It's crazy. So I want people to, if you have a friend in California, check on them. Make sure they're good. Make sure everything is all right with them. But this is why the Get the Fuck Out of Here award today is going to none other than your boy Donald J. Trump. Headline reads, Trump makes misguided accusation about California water management amid wildfires. And the story reads, President-elect Donald Trump has used the devastating Los Angeles wildfires to revisit a policy disagreement with California Governor Gavin Newsom, pushing a series of complaints that experts say are false or misleading. Trump this week blamed Newsom for the fires, which have killed at least 10 people, forced 180,000 to evacuate, and burned more than 10,000 structures. I will demand that this incompetent governor allow beautiful, clean, fresh water to flow into California. He is the blame for this, Trump wrote Wednesday on his social media platform Truth Social. The availability of water has been a particular concern over the past few days after some fire hydrants in Pacific Palisades temporarily dried up as firefighters attempted to contain a massive blaze there. But their water policy experts said the problem wasn't the water supply. The Los Angeles Department of Water and Power filled all available water facility storage tanks ahead of the fires. Rather, the city's water infrastructure wasn't equipped to fight major wildfires, they said. After the hydrant dried up, the water department attributed the issue to excessive demand on the system. The department couldn't refill tanks quickly enough, it said, so the pressure dropped and water struggled to reach hydrants in the hills. A reservoir in Palisades that could have helped with the water pressure was also out of commission when the fires started. All right. Let me say this. First, for him to use the fact that there is a crisis in the United States where you're supposed to be the person that's supposed to lead our country, and you use a devastating crisis like this to blame somebody else, a political opponent, somebody that you disagree with, first you get this.
Get the fuck out of here!
Secondly, for you to be sharing misinformation, you got to get this.
Get the fuck out of here!
Now, here's the last thing I'm going to say about this before we move on. Donald Trump, your water shouldn't be worried about. We should be worried about trying to save these people's lives and try to get rid of these wildfires. Instead, you are on Truth Social placing blame where there is none. And not disseminating the correct information so that people know what's going on. Donald J. Trump, you are a despicable human being. And country, you about to fuck around and find out. So Donald J. Trump, you get this.
Get the fuck out of here!
And that's all I can say about that. All right, this was fun. I had the energy. I kept going. I didn't have any technical issues. So this was good. All right. So before I finish off with my one last In My Mind song tonight, I want to thank those of you who are watching, those of you who are going to watch, those of you who I will get my reels and my clips and will watch them. Please share, like, subscribe, follow. Do whatever you got to do. Let's make this go viral. Let's show the world that even small-time content creators can do their thing. All right? But until then, as always, I need you to look your eyes and ears on the screen. and realize that you can find me at sowwhatyoursayin5@gmail.com. That's SOWWTUSAYIN5@gmail.com. Email me. Let me know what you want to talk about. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know. That's the key fix. You can also find me on Willie Just That Dude Williams on Facebook, where I stream every week. You can also find me at So What You Saying on Twitch, YouTube, Kick, and Instagram. But if you can't find me anyplace else, definitely look up my link tree. So What You're Saying, it will link you to everywhere you can find me. All right, so you know what it is. This is how we gonna finish tonight. All right. Last song of the night. I want to thank y'all. For those of y'all on Twitch, you know where you going. It's about to be a raid. And you're about to raid none other than the homeboy, Christopher Juicy Herman. And for the rest of you, I will see you next week. But until then, here is the song that we going to finish off tonight. Everybody stand up. Wine your ass. Let's go.
Just give me the light. Just give me the light. Just give me the light. Yo, yo. Just give me the light and pass the joe. What's another buckle of more? Yeah, let me know my sights and I got to know which one is gonna catch my flow. Cause I'm in the vibes and I got my dough. What's another buckle of more? Yeah, them looking hype and I got to know. Could I be your protector? You're buff in every sector. Every man around them want on your inspector. But you know let them threaten, I grill you with no lecture. But them power drill, now them fuel injector. And them are infector, disease collector. Now for them I go on like them walk come wreck ya. Don't know the part where you got in your center. But you know you not let them guy they affect you, yo, girl. Just give me the light and pass the joe. What's another buckle of more? Yeah, let me know my sight and I got to know which one is gonna catch my flow. Come in at the vibes and I got my dough. What's another buckle of more? Girl, them looking hype and I got to know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Situation getting really live again. Girl, them want to hang out with the players and the riders them beside of them. And them say them tired of the liars them. Fires and connivers them when never get inside of them. They kind of them, especially the money out of them. Watch you, girl, but them a try to make a bride of them denied again. Some of them a move like a Spider-Man. Girl, them say them not home wide again. Yo, just give me the light and pass the joe. What's another buckle of more? Girl, let me know my sights and I got to know which one is gonna catch my flow. Cause I'm in the vibes and I got my dough. What's another buckle of more? Girl, them looking hype and I got to know. Could I be your protector? You're buff in every sector. Every man around want on your inspector. But you know let them threaten, I grill you with no lecture. But them power drill, now them fuel injector. And them are infector, disease collector. Now for them a
four or so episodes, and witness me. So what you saying? Thank you so much for the very kind raid. How you doing? Hope you're having a very nice Friday evening. Hope you're staying warm. Very cold where I am right now. But good to see you. What are you playing? So what you're saying? Oh yeah, Squid Game. I'm enjoying the season so far, but it is repeating a lot of the same stuff from the previous seasons. And so I've noticed that. And also there's this one subplot that's going on in the show where it's just people, I won't spoil anything, it's people looking for an island and they don't really seem to know what to do with those people. I just feel like, is that what we're doing with these other characters? Okay. But it's good. It's solid. Like the thing that the show has always succeeded at to me was just building tension, and those games are just so fun to watch, and it's just horrifying when like when someone messes up, it's like, oh, here you go. Like it's really good at that. And also expanding on the roles of certain characters. Like you have the recruiter from the original season, who's the one that got was it Gihan? Is that the main character's name? Gihan into the games. Like they really expand on him in episode 1 and 2, and I really like what they did with him.